up my eyes to the hills. From where does my help come? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. Help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. The Lord will keep your going out and your coming in from this time forth and forevermore. The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. Help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night.
Well, hello everybody. It's Brad.
And I'm Christa.
Big Family Homestead. Hope you're having an awesome and blessed day so far, wherever, whenever you're watching this video. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I got such a smile today when I read the article that we're going to pretty much read to you. I need to, by the way, hello everybody.
Hi. We
Say hi.
We said hi to everybody.
I wanted to double hi them.
Double hi them?
High fives. Okay.
That would be considered a double high. Double high five.
Yeah. Hey there, Mr. McDonald. I appreciate you appreciating the music. My help comes from the Lord. Sounds like dwarves.
It is pretty low.
Sounds like dwarves. Honestly, when I was writing that part, I was thinking, what would dwarf music sound? Maybe not.
Sounds kind of like that.
So, Mama, please read this phrase right here from the Google machine.
So this is a little clip from results of how many people actually in the United States use TikTok.
TIK Tok.
TIK Tok, as we mentioned. I'm not reading the article, so you'd have to read the article. We estimate that TikTok has about, wait for it, 80 million monthly active users.
Only in the U.S.
Only in the U.S. 60% are female, 40% are male. 60% are between the ages of 16 and 24.
Woof.
26% are between the ages of 25 and 44.
Let that marinate in your mind while Christa reads pieces of this article here.
Okay.
And there is a link to the article in the video description if you want to check it out for yourself, but it's an AP article, so
It's actually on the NPR.
which is clear. That's funny because they're generally left-leaning.
Sure.
So
Sure.
the title of the article. Go, sorry.
No, that's okay.
No. Couldn't possibly.
The title of the article is New Zealand Lawmakers Banned from TikTok Amid Data Use Fears. So New Zealand lawmakers and other workers inside the nation's parliament will be banned from having the TikTok app on their government phones. But it's okay on their personal phones inside the parliament.
Separate phones.
I know, but still, it's... The ban, which takes effect at the end of the month, follows similar moves in many other countries. I have heard that other countries are doing this. However, New Zealand's ban will apply to only about 500 people in the parliament complex. Not all government workers like bans in the U.S. and Britain. Other New Zealand agencies could decide later to impose their own bans.
Global concerns about the app come after warnings by the FBI and other agencies that TikTok's Chinese parent company ByteDance could share TikTok. Could
possibly.
Could share. I wonder if that's happening.
Yeah,
Could share TikTok user data such as browsing history, location. Don't forget they can triangulate location.
Oh, my favorite.
Good.
Biometric identifiers.
So your pulse, all the goodies.
Oxygen.
Yeah. New Zealand Prime Minister Chris Hipkins said he didn't have TikTok on his phone. I'm not that hip and trendy. So there's the main crux of the article.
That's insane.
We have been seeing this trend all around the globe, and there's a couple things that I think are really important to chew on when it comes to this. And not just, believe it or not, the obvious ones of, hey, maybe foreign governments probably would really like to have as much data on you and me, and especially government employees, that they can get their hands on. Why? Because then they know who you are.
Yep.
And not just the positioning data. That all those things are like MonkeyWorks data points. It's just, I know finding the trends. Who are these American people?
Well, it's all of the youth.
The youths.
Yes, Woman of Christ, it's poisoning the minds of the youth.
Well, yes. We're going to get to that portion of this. So I am encouraged that at least sometimes governments once in a while, even a blind hog can find a truffle once in a while. I think I just made that up.
No, I've heard that before.
Blind hog can find a truffle every once in a while.
I don't know if it's blind, but I have heard that term before. A hog can, well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
But every once in a while, they'll do something that you're like, why'd they do that? It makes complete sense. They don't do things that make sense.
No, they don't really do things that make sense.
So, I don't know, protecting the data and medical information of, say, Parliament and government agency workers.
I'm thinking top secret stuff is probably, getting passed around on email servers that are on those government issue phones. That couldn't be possible.
Happen.
No,
there is
not at
no
all.
way that any government employee would ever have a secondary server that they kept confidential documents in a bathroom away from the White House or Pentagon.
In a
There's
garage.
no way they would never keep classified documents in a garage behind a Corvette.
No, not ever. No, I can't imagine that.
Couldn't do it.
Right.
Couldn't do it. So here's the thing. If you want to have TikTok on your phone and you don't mind your data being shared,
Go for it.
great. You shouldn't be a government employee.
Yeah.
Or it shouldn't happen with government
Right.
employees.
Yeah.
Yeah, Selena Neo says 1984, the Ministry of Truth.
Ooh, yes.
Good call. So here's part B of this. You don't really need to surveil a nation with spies and expensive doodads and, spy versus spy gadgets if we're willingly giving them the data.
True. Because, you agree to the terms when you download this said app, and do
They
you
sell the
actually
data.
even read the terms of service? I don't know anyone that does.
Do we just go, no, yes, yes, yes,
I
yes.
need the app. I need the app. So I'm just gonna, okay, I don't care what the terms of service say.
So, have you guys seen? I mean, trust me when I say I'm not endorsing or advocating you to go to look at TikTok videos, but have you seen the ones that are Chinese? Because it's nothing.
Right.
Like
nothing like what is
United States
pushed over here. No.
The ones that are Chinese are generally patriotic. They are math or DIY videos. Science. Anything that builds up the society.
Very militarily.
Well, that too.
Yeah. There's a lot of endorsing of military over there.
Yes. And so when you see that, and then if you've seen any of the TikTok videos here, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Why would they, same company, be saying, okay, well, over here, it's game on. Do whatever the heck you want. But then over there, it's most certainly regulated.
Right.
And, for example, if you are in the military in China, you're only allowed to access TikTok, I think it's something like 30 minutes a day. It's a very small amount. And if you're not in the military, it's something still very small, like an hour a day.
Yeah.
Those restrictions really aren't on ours.
No, there is so much that is being pushed on it, and I know Country Lady said not all TikTok is bad. It's not. That's not what we're talking. There is bad content on TikTok. There's very inappropriate things. I'm not saying I have ever seen it because I don't have TikTok. We don't have TikTok. Our children have told us about it. Our adult children, let me just preface that. Our young children that live here don't have it. Our adult children have it, and they've told us what they've seen.
Well, and I would like to take issue with that Country Lady 812, because while you may be posting content that is completely benign and maybe even awesome, there is a dark side to even that. And I'll tell you, because I've dealt with marketing companies pretty much since I've been 17 years old, and they have designed those apps to be addictive. Now, you say, how can you be addicted to an app? Well, actually, when you scroll, a tiny little bit of an endorphin kick happens in your brain, and it's like Pavlov's dog. I'm not saying you're Pavlov's dog, but I'm saying this is how they're designed. That when you flick across and you see something, flick it, see something, flick it, see something, then you are actually getting a tiny little endorphin rush, and you want to stay there. You want to stay there.
You want to keep
gotta
having
see the
that.
next thing. You got to see the next thing. So again, while you may have awesome content, it's breeding people to stay there. And if they're staying there, they're not really doing other things that are, say, I don't know, productive to society or their families or themselves.
Right.
I mean, I don't want you to say who it is, but you've seen people that will sit and do that.
Oh, yeah.
Just describe them. What are you seeing? I'm looking at that person.
How do I say this nicely? I'm not sure if there's a way I can say it nicely. Honestly, complete vegetable.
Zombies.
Yes, zombies. Because they're just sitting there on their phone. Seriously. Even kids in our high school kids that are in our church's youth group.
That's what they do.
That's all they do.
One almost got hit by our car the other day as we were dropping off.
Because he was playing on his phone.
He had his face in his phone, and then this genius rocket scientist had a snowball and threw it, and it exploded all over our car.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he wasn't paying attention.
Right, because he was messing with his phone. It's like,
because he wasn't paying attention.
yeah, I went in to the youth center one evening, and there were, I think, 4 or 5 kids sitting on the couch, and all but one of them sitting on their phone.
Another thing
I
that's
was
really
flabbergasted.
fun is that you can have 2 young people, or even adults, in the same stinking room, not across the
Sitting
yard,
next to each other.
TikTok and texting each other.
Yeah.
Texting each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it brings you to social media.
Right. And don't get us wrong. It's not just TikTok that has these terms of service or terms of agreement, or what is it? Terms of service?
Yes.
Yeah. It's all of them. All of the social media has it.
Well, your TV, if you have a
Yep.
smart TV, when you turned that TV on to use it the very first time, you know that big long document that looks like a legal document, because it is a legal document, and you said yes because you wanted to turn on your nice new TV, you just agreed. I want you to hear this, people. You just agreed that they can turn on a microphone and listen to you at all times, and then they can sell that data.
Yep.
Go back and read it.
Yeah. Turn the camera on, turn the microphone on. You gave them permission to do so.
Yep, you said sure,
Yeah.
because nobody reads it.
Right.
We just go, I want to watch TV.
Right. Right.
Same thing with your computer, same thing with your phone. We're always being monitored.
Yeah.
And it's even worse than that. Even if you're in the United States, there are high altitude surveillance balloons that are constantly going all the time that are run by our own military.
Yeah.
That are constantly, I don't know the correct term, but they're listening to every conversation you have, and they're storing it in that gigantic data facility that they finished, a few years ago, that they said, this is just regular computer stuff. We would never market or sell or keep data or use it against you. But now, if you look, guys, they're using that data in courts of law as evidence against people.
Oh, jeez. It's the beginnings of the Minority Report, honey.
I think it's the beginning of Revelation.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm talking about the movie. Yeah, it's the pre-crime thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
So the thing is, guys, that when you see these moves, like I want to herald and say, good job for banning TikTok on government phones, but that's like saying I took a pail full of snow off of the iceberg that sunk the Titanic.
Oh boy.
I mean, good job, I guess.
Great job.
Good job. Excellent. So I'm curious now, how many of you guys have any? Well, obviously the singer lady, I forget her name. Sorry, country singer,
lady.
Country lady. Yeah. How many? She obviously has experience with TikTok because she makes TikTok videos. But have you seen any of the stuff, if you were in the West, that is stereotypical TikTok?
Well, Claire had sent me one not years ago. I would say 2 years ago, but it was a little Jersey calf, and there was somebody talking for the Jersey calf, and that was really cute. Mm-hmm. But that's not all of TikTok, and even that is what am I gaining from watching this video? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah.
Well, and there's more, but wait.
Yeah. Oh, but wait, there's more. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So there's another aspect to this that Country Lady just brought up, the bullying.
Yeah.
And kids that are doing horrible things to themselves because they've been picked to death in horrible ways, and then they just feel like there's no other way out.
Right. Yeah.
Now, why do you think that TikTok in China would be so different? Same company.
Yeah, same company.
Than it would in the rest of the world.
Probably because they don't want to dumb down their people. They want smart, intelligent robots instead of stupid ones.
Or at least robots that really love their country.
Yeah. Right now, the stuff that's being promoted on TikTok is division.
Perversion.
Thank you. That was what I was thinking. I was trying to think of without saying, destruction of families. There's so many things that are being promoted on the TikTok in the United States.
And we don't need more help with destroying ourselves.
No. No.
We're doing a darn good job on our own.
Aren't we, though? Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So those sites are not allowed for our children that live in this home.
Let me ask you a question, guys, because here's the thing. I have known for a long time that people like, well, hold on. I won't use his name. The Apple guy, he passed away. What's his name? Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs and Wozniak and even people like Bill Gates and a lot of the big think tech people who have basically formed the technical world that we now live in, they don't let their kids have these devices.
No, they don't. They don't. They're not allowed to have iPads and iPhones and all of this other nonsense. They actually have to use a book to read and learn through that way. Pencil
and paper.
Yeah.
No calculator for you, kid. And, I wonder, why are they so successful?
I wonder.
If everybody else is.
I wonder.
That's funny. It's funny.
It's actually not funny.
It's sad.
It's very sad.
Well, here's the scoop, guys. Even if you were watching only wholesome things on these social media sites, which obviously we at least think something is okay to do, or else we wouldn't even be on YouTube.
Right.
We've always just tried to share what's going on in our life while we learn how to do homesteading. My background is nothing like that.
No, mine either. I didn't grow up on a farm. I grew up in the suburbs. I didn't know any of this until we started 12 years ago. And I have had to learn every single thing. We both have. We're still learning. Honestly, it's nothing. If somebody tells you they've arrived, run away.
They're trying to sell you a bridge.
They're trying to sell you a bridge. They're trying to sell you a piece of land in Florida.
A blind truffle hunting pig. That's what they want to sell you.
Yeah.
You'll get one, but once in a while. Now, here's the thing, though. So, yes, you can learn a lot from YouTube. That's why we actually started, to be honest, because we were learning how to do the farming thing, and it was like, I don't know how to build a goat milking stand. How do you build a goat milk?
Right.
What do we do?
So you watch a ton of different videos, and you take the bits that work for you, and then put it together. Because not every single goat milking stand or any item that you're trying to figure out is going to work for every single person. You have to watch 100 different videos and figure out which one's going to work for you, or which parts are going to work for you.
That's how we started, and then we figured out that there were a lot of people that were like-minded, like us, and we all kind of started getting together. And now I use our platform here to do a Bible devotion, which is Big Family Devotions.
8:30 a.m. Central.
Yeah. And we try our best to put out content that's family friendly and show you what we know as we're going along. Now, that said, it still can be very addictive, even if it's good, wholesome content. And I'll be the first one to tell you, if you're spending a lot of time even watching our videos, put it down, go do something else. Talk to humans, real ones.
Yeah.
I mean, we're your buds and whatever, but real humans are probably better to hang out with.
Yeah.
So, tools can be used for good or evil, says Moni.
It's true.
And I agree.
That is true.
I agree, but I want you to talk about a filtering program
Oh, for kids.
that you found, and it's really, really good. It should be used for everybody.
It should be used for everybody. So it is called, it's a VPN, a virtual private network, and it is called Kids Locks. I will type it in here really quick.
No, we're not affiliated with them.
Not in any way.
We love the product.
Yeah.
It's software.
Right. It is software. So it's because it's got a funky spelling. It is, you can add it to any device, any tablet or phone.
Or computer.
Actually, the computer, I'm still trying to figure out. They're trying to work it out for laptops and computers. I know there's a time limit right now, but I'm still trying to work out all of the other stuff for it. But it will protect against anything you say it should protect it, that you set. You can allow certain apps or disallow certain apps. You can have a certain allowance of screen time. So say they're only allowed 2 hours of screen time in a day. Once that's done, then it shuts off. Well, the phone doesn't shut off itself, or the tablet doesn't shut off, but certain apps that you have marked as not allowed during lockdown time. There are certain apps that can be allowed during lockdown time, say like the phone part on Hope's phone. Once her phone is in lockdown, she only has access to like photos, and the cell phone part.
But it's whatever you define.
It is whatever you define.
And Shelley, kids are smarter than us, and they're getting around these. Except,
actually,
here's the problem: this program, the only way that they could get around the VPN is if they know her password.
If they know my password, then they can get into it. However, they can't. I have actually tried it. I've tried different things. You cannot shut the VPN off.
She will be notified.
Right. It does. However, you can shut it off in settings if they have access to the settings. If they don't have access to the settings, then they can't do anything with it. But say they turn off the VPN, right? They can go to, and then they decide they're going to go to the internet browser, that VPN turns right back on.
Yep.
It's no way there's no possible way for them to access it unless they know your password.
That's the only way.
Right.
So don't write it down.
Flip phones only. There you go, SF75. It's also, there is a fee for it. I think you can do a monthly, but we decided to for the lifetime,
hold on one
and
second,
it was
guys.
$85.
We'll be right back.
Yeah.
1 second.
Okay, and whereabouts is it coming from?
Okay, so here's what's going on. We have a sheep that has had some serious problems. She's almost ready to start lambing, and she had prolapsed. I'm not going to describe it too much, but we've been waiting on the veterinarian to call because he was here yesterday, and now he's coming back.
I could describe it if you'd like to.
I was not going to describe it. It's pretty gross. But we're taking care of the sheep, and we knew that he was going to come within a big, broad window of time, but Didn't know when.
Right. So what ended up happening is she had a prolapse, and so he had to put what's called a purse string on her rectum. Well, then she couldn't poo. So I had to cut that, and now he's coming back to redo the purse string.
Just a little differently.
Just a little bit differently, maybe a little bit bigger, but...
So Shree's asking, I was wondering about the sheep. We are hopeful that she's going to be okay.
Yep, she's eating, she's drinking, she's pooping, she's peeing, she's doing all of the normal things.
And she's a sweetheart.
She is a sweetheart. The issue being we cannot breed her again.
Yeah, so we're trying to figure out what's going to go on about that.
Right.
Because we got sheep. She was very reluctant for many years. We got sheep because we wanted to help people who were going to have a hard time and are having a hard time feeding their families.
Yeah.
They were never meant to be pets for us, but they've grown on me because I'm the pushover. She's not. We got them because a friend of ours, Bear Independent, he is raising these things up called, they're little flocks he's calling them Hebrew starter kits, where they're going to gift to a family a ram and 2 ewes so that they can start their own flock.
Yep.
But then when the flock gets big enough, they will gift another Hebrew starter kit to another family, one this way and one that way.
Right.
So we got the sheep intentionally to help people feed their families, but now they've grown on me.
Yeah. Yeah, they are very sweet. I'll be honest with you. They are very, very sweet. But I totally lost what I was going to say.
So that's what we wanted to do with them. But now the question is, well, what do you do with a sheep that can't have babies? And that was always her intended purpose. And we can't afford to just keep pets that don't have a purpose because we already have tons of them.
Right. We have a lot of pets. However, it would be unsafe for her. That's the thing.
It would just happen again.
Yeah, it would happen again. It's what our vet was saying is that it is a genetic thing. So she shouldn't ever be pregnant again. She won't. I know somebody asked if we were going to have to do a C-section. No, she shouldn't have to do a C-section. The reason for the prolapse was because the lambs are getting bigger and pushing on that area. So he thinks that she's maybe has about a week left before she'll kid. And then all we need to do is untie it, see if she's dilated. If she's dilated, then we just leave it off and she'll have her babies. But we just have to keep a close eye on her. Several times a day we go out and check. And I'm actually, before we started this live stream, I went out to check on her, and she had her head. I don't think she was stuck completely. She was wanting to get out to the other sheep.
She's separated from them.
Currently separated from them right now. She can still see them and smell them and talk back to them. Right. But she wanted to be out there. So I think I pulled her out of there, and she'd been there for a little bit, but she was fine. She's not a problem with her anyway.
No. And it's just kind of a bummer because it's like, she's there's 2 of them that are really, really sweet.
Yeah,
and
she's one of them.
She's one of them.
Yeah.
And wants to hang out, wants to be pet, wants to, but.
Yeah.
So we don't know what to do just yet, but right now the goal is just get her as healthy as we can. And so the vet was out last night. That's going to be a fun emergency call, but hey, it's what you do when you got animals.
It is what you do when you got animals. I know there's ways that you can do it naturally. I don't know those ways yet. Somebody said pour sugar on it. I have seen that, but the issue being is everything was so stretched that there was no way to keep that in.
Yeah.
It would have to be stitched. I don't have that skill. So I don't even have all of those tools. So, I mean, I could figure it out. It's just like sewing, but still it's...
We did bust out our Refuge Medical.
We did.
Refuge Medical kit. Used some of the tools in there.
Yep,
but,
sure did. Sure did.
Brad, please... The sheep have grown on me. That is a pet.
That is a pet. Yes, she is a pet. But
Tater, you want her?
We can't.
She's a sweet sheep, but
She is.
we will always do our best to make sure that all of our animals are cared for in the highest possible manner.
Yeah.
But they still all serve a purpose, guys.
Yeah.
And some of them were always intended to be freezer camp city, but they trust me, if you know anything about the commercial food industry, you would start raising your own animals if you decided to keep eating meat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what happened with us.
Yeah. Woman of Christ is asking, do we eat lamb?
I love gyros.
We've had gyros. I've never actually had lamb.
You haven't had lamb chops?
You know what? Maybe a really long time
I like
ago.
lamb chops.
Yeah.
I don't like mint with lamb chops, which is like how it's usually paired, like a mint jelly.
Yeah, I don't like mint stuff.
No, thank you.
So, have the sheep grown on me yet? We could have them. We could not have them, and I'd be just fine. I honestly wouldn't matter to me.
Fred hangs his head.
There was a reason for the sheep, and I really doesn't matter
boy.
either way.
Lamb is very good, but anyway, that's not why we came on to talk.
No.
It's just I had to explain why Krista was walking out of the room.
Yeah. So
we
do need to kind of cut it short. He is on his way.
He's gonna be back. Okay, guys. Well, then watch the channel for what happened, because there you have it. So bottom line is, if you're on TikTok,
Brad, no more TikTok dances. Dear Lord, please. No.
No, I'm going to go work on some scripture memory stuff here.
Yeah.
I think I'm looking at the book of James to start to do the whole book. Maybe we'll see.
Ooh, that'll be good.
By the way, if you guys want any of those music that we've been doing, scripture music, it's all free. I'm not charging for it. Just go to bigfamilyhomestead.com /shop. You put it in the cart. It's free.
Yep.
Yada yada. Yippee skippy.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
We're going to go.
Yep. You
We'll
guys
see
have a blessed day.
Here's one of the songs right now. One of the newest ones.
Have been united with him in a death like his. We shall certainly be united with him in a resurrection like his. We know that our old self was crucified with him in order that the body of sin might be brought to nothing. What shall we say then? Are we to continue in sin that grace may abound? By no means. How can we who died to sin still live in it? So that we would no longer be enslaved to sin. For the one who has died has been set free from sin. Now if we have died with Christ, we believe that we will also live with him. We know that Christ, being raised from the dead, will never die again. Death no longer has dominion over him. For the death he died to sin. What shall we say then? Are we say then, are we to continue in sin that grace may abide?